Hello, my name's Richard Stobbe. I'm a copyright lawyer with the IP group at Field Law. And today on IP Explained, on this segment, we're going to talk about moral rights. So moral rights are related to the law of copyright. So it really has to be connected to something that's protected by copyright. And these rights belong to the author, and they're separate from copyright rights. They belong to the author, and when I use the word author, I'm talking about an artist or a photographer or a painter or a singer or a musician, anyone who's creating something that's protected by copyright. So there's really three main parts to the law of moral rights, and that's the right of attribution, the right of integrity, and the right to remain anonymous. Or the right of attribution is about the right of being associated with that work. So if you're an artist or you're an author, you have a right under these moral rights to be connected to or credited to or associated with your work. The right of integrity is the right for the author to maintain the piece of art or the work without it being distorted or mutilated or changed or modified in any way. Okay, so it's kind of the second part of moral rights. And the third part is the right of anonymity, which is really about the right to remain anonymous, to have the name of the author or the artist withheld from association with that work. So all of this bundle of moral rights is very interesting. It's unique. It can't be sold. So if you are an artist and you sell that work, let's say you sell a painting and you sell the copyright in that, your moral rights stay with you as the artist. Okay, so that holds true for anyone who creates something that's protected by copyright. Now, moral rights can be waived, so that's an agreement by the author not to enforce their moral rights. It's not really a sale of those moral rights, but it's a waiver or an agreement that they won't use those moral rights. Moral rights will last for the term of copyright. So right now, that means the life of the author plus 70 years. So they sort of run parallel with copyrights. As I said, this is about kind of the honor or reputation of the artist or the author and how they're connected to their work. And I'll give you an example to sort of illustrate this. So one famous example in the moral rights world is an example of an artist named Michael Snow, who created a sculpture, and it's installed in the Eaton Centre in Toronto. If you've ever been there, there's a flight of geese. It's called Flight Stop is the name of the sculpture, and it's a bunch of geese that are basically suspended from the ceiling of the Eaton Centre. And this was installed in the late 1970s. And around the Christmas season in 1981, the mall decided it would be kind of cute to put some red ribbons around the necks of those geese. This might have appealed to the average, Christmas shopper, but the artist was not impressed, and he sued the mall, saying this is an infringement of his moral rights. And so it went straight to the heart of this idea of modification of the artwork, and it was done in a way that he thought was damaged or harmed his reputation or his honor. And so he succeeded. The court agreed with him that, yes, this was an infringement of moral rights. And so that kind of neatly illustrates this idea that even though the artist in this case had created the sculpture, sold it to the shopping mall, the mall had installed it, and they owned the sculpture, the artist still retained these special rights that go to those 3 points I had described earlier. So he was successful in kind of asserting his moral rights against the mall. So that is a quick survey of moral rights. And if you need advice or you want to talk more or have questions about either moral rights or copyright, then get in touch with us. It's such a fascinating area. And I hope this has helped kind of give you a better idea of what moral rights is all about.